Women are being told to marry down because a lot of men are no longer interested in getting formal education.
But a new study suggests, I don't know how to react to this. So it suggests that if starting a family is your goal, your solution might be marrying down with a less intelligent man. I don't bring these headlines.
Should an educated lady get married to an uneducated man? What do you think about that? Does education equate intelligence? No, I don't think so.
An educated person is not necessarily one who has an abundance of general or specialized knowledge. An educated person is one who has so developed the faculties of their mind that they may acquire anything they want or its equivalent without violating the rights of others.
Education is not everything. That's the truth. Education is not everything. And I think people are focusing on getting a degree than being a better human being. Getting a degree can only give you access to a job. It now depends on you to apply your knowledge to every other area of your life to be a better human being. Education does not guarantee success.
You think anyone really gives a shit about what your major is, English literature, biology, whatever? The whole point of a college degree is to show a potential employer that you showed up someplace 4 years in a row, completed a series of tasks reasonably well and on time. So if he hires you, there's a semi-decent chance that you'll show up there every day and not fuck his business.
Education is not the most important thing in your life. I'm sorry, it's not. Your dream is the most important thing in this world. It tops your education. The Bible don't even mention education. It ain't even in there. Harvard ain't in there. UCLA ain't in there. The Bible says a man without a dream or vision shall perish. If you talk to kids about their dreams, your dreams can spur you to get the education.
You've made a great point from your experience. I even ran into a woman who actually looked down at me because of what university I went to. It's a never-ending story with a lot of women. All a college degree shows is that you are able to commit to something to a prospective employer. That's why a lot of companies now will give a veteran's preference when hiring, because military service demonstrates the same ability to commit. Plus, the training in most cases crosses over into the real world. Same with trade school, why these women are discounting men with high mechanical aptitude. It's amazing because the concept of education can't be measured by a piece of paper that says you are smart. Should an educated woman settle with a man that has no formal education? Should an educated woman marry a man that has got no degree? What does formal education mean to you? Does formal education guarantee success in life or success in marriage?
Did I girl boss too hard to the point that it's affecting my dating life? I think so. I'm a lawyer. I pay my own bills. I have my own place. I have my own money, including savings, okay? I take care of my mental health, which means that like the work doesn't just stop all of a sudden, even if I'm doing great. I go to therapy like every 2 weeks, all right? Shout out to Chris. And this is a big one. I solo travel a few times a year. So now going into the dating field, right? I have a different point of view as to like what I'm looking for in a person, and people have just kind of fallen short from fulfilling that. I'm not about to be with somebody or in a relationship just because of what? Semantics? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about that. I don't give a In my past relationships, I focused on the feeling of love, right? Oh my gosh, I adore this person. I can't see my life without them. Da, da, da. And look at me, living and thriving. Because I'm hyper independent and I girl bossed a little too hard and I went to therapy, all right, that's the trifecta right there. I pay attention to love, of course, but the other very important factor is how do I benefit from being in a relationship with this person? I just told y'all all the ways they benefit. Okay, how do I benefit though? And that is a part where these men be giving me the ick right away. When I think about the benefits I would be looking for, it's nothing that is out of this world. And that's the troubling part. An example in my case would be someone who does thoughtful gestures, right? Like you bought me flowers out of nowhere, not because it's Valentine's Day, you just bought me flowers just because, baby? Damn, that is so beautiful. You passed like the ice cream store and you know I like a certain sorbet, so you went inside and got me some. And I didn't even ask you. Do you know what that would unlock in me? These things don't cost a lot of money. They don't even take a lot of brain power, but a lot of men don't have it in them, y'all. It's not clicking, Steven. It's not clicking. As someone who is hyper independent, I don't mind being single because I could do bad all by myself. If you're coming into my life and it's not to elevate me, you're gonna have to get off the elevator. You ain't coming to the top floor. Nope, bye.
College degree is usually streamlined to a career path. You might get bits and pieces of other career paths during the course of your study, but in all, your degree is usually focused on a certain career path. Not every educated individual is intelligent. Not every former educated individual can apply their knowledge to something else.
Why is dating so hard?
Men suck. Men are dumb.
Why do you feel that way?
Would you like to explain why you're dumb?
I'm pretty dumb. I say what I think, and,
Does that make you dumb because you express yourself?
I think I express myself sometimes, and it's a problem. I show my emotions.
Why do you feel that way, though? Because you're the one that said it.
He does not speak his emotions. He does not speak much at all, and I like to talk.
Okay.
Try asking a man how his day was when he came home from work.
How long have y'all been together?
1 year.
How'd you meet?
In a bar.
When I'm silent, that doesn't mean something's wrong. It just means I'm silent. I'm just chilling.
Some people are so streamlined that if you take off their degree from them, they struggle to do something else, any other thing in their life. That's it. They just focus on one thing and that's it. I don't think that should be the focus when we say we want a man that is educated. Getting a degree does not still guarantee that the person is going to be successful. There are a lot of people out there that have more than 3 degrees and they still struggle to get a job.
The job market is tough this year. Like really, really tough. No matter if you have a bachelor's degree, you can have 2 bachelor's degrees, you can have certificates, a master's. It's still going to be tough. You know the reason why? It's because schools have been lying to you. These bachelor's degrees don't really guarantee you a job, okay?
Not everyone is happy getting a job. People just want to build for themselves and have something going for themselves. So the application of the knowledge you've acquired is the most important. A lot of people need to be educated outside the classroom. I think the education that happens outside the classroom is what that matters most in relationship. The one that happens in the classroom is mostly focused on finance. Degree will not determine a man's ability to lead, provide, and protect in a relationship. As long as the man has a plan and it works in the ultimate goal, anyone can be an educated fool. Society has too much emphasis on titles and status. I have a business degree, worked and studied part-time. It opened doors for me for some jobs initially, minimum requirement to get an interview, but offered very little benefit. Too many people put too much emphasis on a formal education as a value of person's capability. I've met plenty of educated buffoons in my career. A lot of people need to be educated when it comes to keeping a home, when it comes to their hygiene. A lot of men need education in that area. It baffles me whenever I meet people that say they are medical students, men, and if you go to where they stay, you can't even breathe fresh air. So why are you studying medicine but you're dirty? It's crazy. So it tells you it's not all about going to school. Going to school is just for you to get a degree. Getting a degree does not mean that you're going to be better in other aspects of your life. Something tells me this man is educated, but he reasons this way. Let's hear what he has to say.
Women think they're so special and unique. Y'all don't realize you guys are more alike than you are different, and you guys are everywhere. But the type of guy you want is not. So if you think you're about to come up to this guy who has an option at 100 of you and say, I need this, and this, and this.
There's not 100 of me because I'm doing things for myself that no one else is doing for their self.
How would you
I'm
know
saying
that?
because I work on myself so hard that I know that no one next to me is in competition with me.
But at the end of the day, the thing a man wants out of a woman, he can get that out of another woman.
No, yeah, you can, but I'm
the
saying
things you want out of a man, that type of man is very rare. And you're not going to come to him making demands because I can replace you. If I have 10 women here saying I'm willing to do anything you want, and the 1 out of 10 is coming with a piece of paper that says, hey, we doing this, this, and this, or if you fuck up, I'm taking your money and you paying me for fucking up.
I'm not coming with a
You're out of here. Men control marriage, so you don't get to make a demand. You have to be the woman he wants to marry.
You're using the wrong word. You're saying
get
demand.
married.
So when you're choosing a partner, don't just say he has to be educated. He has to have formal education. That is one of it, but not all of it. Some people need to be educated on mannerism. A lot of people lack manners. Some people need to be educated on, like I said, personal hygiene. Some people need life education. Life education, let's just put it this way. Some people need to be educated on life education. And that's something that you don't get from school. You hardly get that from school.
The more educated she is, the more difficult she'll be to date.
Why would it be more difficult to date an educated woman? That doesn't even make sense.
Because
she's more knowledgeable. Yeah. It sounds like you just a dumb nigga.
You said because she's more knowledgeable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that a problem?
Most men, they like to take advantage. So the dumber you are, the easier he is to manipulate you.
So you're shitting on men.
Exactly. You're not even saying why her education is making her difficult. You saying why the man is difficult because she's educated.
Because I can't trick her.
Because I can't trick her.
She's gonna challenge you.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
Why is that a problem? Yeah, why is that a problem?
Educated women always belittle men, especially if they feel like their education level is higher than they man.
That's true.
They talking them niggas like they dummies.
And educated women have a very much I don't need you attitude.
Because we really don't. Yeah.
And you know what a I don't need you attitude does to a relationship? Kills it.
Some men might not have formal education, but they're smart, they're intelligent, they're well behaved, they have life education, they're neat, hardworking, they have skill, they're making their money. Are you going to dump the man because the man does not have a degree?
I have no education. I ain't got a degree of any kind. What you see today is a boy that come out the bottom who believed in him when it wasn't no sign of me getting over, who kept doing this thing that his mother taught him. She said, when it get dark for you and you can't find your way, and boy, I was lost. She said, don't forget to pray. Don't be ashamed to pray. And don't ever be too proud to pray, because prayer changes things. You have got to pray.
Some people want partners with degree because it fits their social status. Oh, I'm a bank manager and my husband is a PhD holder. My husband is a student of this university. My husband is a graduate of this university. That's your husband. Is he good at home? Does he treat you well? Does he assist you? Don't live your life to please people out there. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes life easier for you. Do what brings happiness to you. You're not living your life for the people.
The headline stirring quite some controversy. So Yale University questioned 150 American and Israeli women in their 30s with high levels of education who had chosen to freeze their eggs. They found that 85% of the women were single. The majority opted for egg freezing due to the lack of a stable partner. They then concluded that there just aren't enough educated men to go around.
It's easy for you to laugh.
Stable men out there. And that went, but ultimately, so it was a male problem. There just aren't enough men out there that are worthy. So they suggest that women might have to expand their notions of Mr. Right. I don't know. What do you think about this as a woman?
Well, first of all, I don't think it's funny. First of all, starting with the basics.
Wipe that smirk off your face right now.
Immediately.
But it's true because there are some data out there that if you look at the number of women with education, it surpasses men. So there's a disconnect where women are in many countries more highly educated.
70 countries, women have more 70 countries have more university educated females than men.
Which doesn't necessarily mean
education and intelligence. Yeah, exactly. Yes. So, and And then the studies also looked at like financial well-being and things like that. I will say money isn't everything, right? So I do think that you should marry for love, but I also want to acknowledge the fact that there was a 2010 study at Cornell University, and they found that if a man was more likely to cheat if he was financially dependent upon his female counterpart.
Yeah, because she's at work all day.
My issue is he doesn't have any money, and we said that's okay because money isn't everything, but he doesn't have any money and he doesn't have any morals. Like, how is that winning for me?
That's not good.
We grow up, whether male or female,
Okay.
and you have this just idealistic notion from the time you're young that you find the perfect person. And maybe the perfect person you're looking for isn't exactly what you would write down on a piece of paper. And I think that's maybe part of all this is we have this vision. Well, if you're college educated, you want someone else who's college educated. Well, you know what? You could easily fall in love with someone who...
Yeah, and there's no right or wrong there.
Yeah.
My point is that I don't think you should settle and just, find somebody for the sake of starting a family because you feel like your biologic clock is ticking.
So, Drew, what do you do then? It's easy for you because
I know it's easy for me
it's easy
because
for you to
I just
sit over
worry
there
that family, that the family, the kids, the marriage has a higher chance of failure under those circumstances.
Education is beyond going to university and getting loads of degrees. Life itself is a learning curve, and people need to get educated about
So
life.
let's jump right into our first message. And it says, I'm a 40-year-old woman who has been divorced for the past 6 years. I've recently met a 46-year-old widower whom I know loves me to bits, but I feel no drop of affection for him, mostly because of his level of exposure. It's too low, and so is his level of education. The truth, however, is that he's a great person, understanding, generous, very patient, above all, God-fearing. I have told him how I am not attracted to him, but he strongly believes that the feeling will change. But it's been a year already. I'm just about pursuing my master's, and I'm afraid he might feel intimidated at a certain point in time, even though he claims it will not be a problem. He promises to up his game on education, but I feel it might be a dead end because it had never been a consideration before now, so he might just be saying that to get my attention. In summary, a part of me wants to ignore everything and say yes to his good side, but the other part of me is afraid that I might meet a good brain, which is my greatest weakness, and wish that I had wanted. Please help me. I had waited, yes. Please help me, Jess. What should I do?
What do you suggest the lady should do? She is sapiosexual. There are people out there that are sexually attracted to people that are intelligent. The man saying that he's going to pursue his education and she getting a master's degree is not going to be a problem later on. Do you think that might be the case? Things change, people change. And also it depends on how the woman treats the man in the house. Yeah, because some women might just feel irritated. She said she didn't want to be with the man. I don't know how they got together. A year later, and she still feels the same. It means she's not supposed to be there. If the man is not a good man, the chances of him having issues with her, getting degrees and all that, is most likely to be an issue in the future. And that's one of the reasons why people say don't settle with a man that is not educated. Don't settle with a man that is not on your level, because he might become envious and jealous of your achievements, and he might become the enemy within. This topic is deep, I'm not even going to lie, and there's a whole lot of things to put into consideration. You can view this from different angles. Getting educated, getting formal education does not mean that you are exposed up to an extent. So human beings are naturally closed-minded. Some people resist change. Some people, even after traveling 50 countries, 70 countries, they still remain who they are. They're still closed-minded. People usually say you need to travel. Travel brings exposure. Some people have traveled and they're still not exposed. They refuse to embrace changes and exposure. It all boils down to the individual you're dealing with. Honestly, the higher is their mindset. They need to build their mindset regarding life. The focus should be, is your mind educated? You need an educated mind. You need someone that is educated towards life, educated about life, not educated about a career alone, because career education is focusing on finances, is focusing on mostly getting employed if you've decided not to apply your knowledge. So I don't think the focus should be that alone. Money is important, finance is important in relationship. You also need to think about life, other facets, other aspects of life. Is the person educated in other areas of your life? You can find someone that is not educated with regards to getting degrees and all that, but the person is sound. The person has mind education. The person is educated about life. You can easily work with someone like that, someone that is teachable, someone that is open-minded. You can work with someone like that. And if you're so into your social status and all that, the person can decide to get formal education just to please you and make you feel better. So you should know exactly what you're looking for. Don't just say he must have a degree. That's not good enough. It solves a little part of the financial problem, the financial aspects in the relationship. Let me know your thoughts on this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye.